What's good, Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. Apple is still working on an iPhone with a wraparound display. Their 2020 AR headset is getting help from a friend, and Photoshop for iPad is finally here. But you know what? Before we get started, Ting is the smarter choice for an affordable cell phone service. You'll pay a fair price for the talk, text, and data that you actually use each month. Get $25 off your phone bill at brian.ting.com. No, not Ting Tong. I know how you're all thinking. So remember, lower your phone bill, get a $25 credit to try Ting Mobile at brian.ting.com. All right, let's get to the show. And foldables are the trend moving forward right now. You know, I still love their potential and use cases that they can offer, and it's still going to take some time for foldables to really figure themselves out, but it's exciting right now. Motorola, they're even planning on announcing their own foldable that's a throwback to the Razr phone in a few days, and I'm not going to lie, I want to see that thing. But Apple's thinking different, and they have been for a long time. We're talking about years, as far back as 2013, with this whole wrap-around display for the iPhone concept. So this isn't something that's brand new, but Patently Apple reports that Apple has registered a continuation patent on the wrap-around display filing that emphasizes new aspects like this transparent structure that forms a continuous loop around the periphery of the electronic device, and then a flexible display that is folded within the transparent housing, and that displays images across the loop. So based on these sketches, I mean, what do you all think about this design? Are any of you feeling it at all? Let me know in the comments, because you know that I read them all. I know people have been testing me, I do. But the update to this patent, it doesn't mean that we're gonna get a wraparound phone in 2020 or even 2021, but it does show that Apple is really seriously considering this as an option for the future, or also maybe trying to hold off some of their competitors. You know, they're trying to be like, hey, keep them away. But that's not going to stop a company that shamelessly copies whatever Apple does. My Chinese family, my peeps at Xiaomi, the home for Apple ripoffs, made sure that they were first to reveal their wraparound design with the Mi Mix Alpha 5G concept that had this dude like swimming around it on its side in this promo, and it does look pretty badass. I mean, let's be honest, but I only call them out for blatantly copying what Apple's been doing for years because it's a known thing, especially now with their all new Mi Watch that is like a photocopier gone bad of the Apple Watch with an internal processor from 2011. Really, guys? Come on. That's a bad Apple. Ew! And yes, Apple has never been first, and neither has Xiaomi, so in a way, I guess, don't hate the playa, hate the game. Now, the latest report from Digitime says Apple has partnered up with US-based game developer Valve to help with its rumored AR headset that is expected to launch next year in 2020. I don't want to see any leaks from what they might look like because, you know, Xiaomi, they'll have like the same design done in 3 days. But Valve is known for the super popular Steam digital store for games, and they also released their first VR headset, the Valve Index, in April of this year. Early reports this year claimed that Apple had temporarily stopped developing their AR/VR headsets, but it looks like this is really more of a shift to develop collaboratively alongside of Valve. Now, code inside of iOS 13 supports Apple is still working on a headset after there was an icon that showed some sort of AR/VR headset that was discovered. Reports also say the glasses will be marketed as more of an accessory to the iPhone since it'll do all the heavy lifting and computing work. Bloomberg has reported that the operating system will be called ROS for Reality OS, and unless there's a delay, we expect to see the Apple glasses next year, and 2020 is going to be huge if that's the case. Now, Photoshop is finally launched for the iPad, and it received a whole lot of criticism before it even came out for not being what they call full Photoshop. Look, its current reviews on the App Store, a 2.2. You guys are just absolutely killing it right now, and I was at Adobe Max in Los Angeles recently for 2 days. It's their big convention and conference. You know, I got to have some hands-on time with Photoshop on the iPad to check it out, and what they emphasized to us at the show is that Photoshop on iPad is really focused right now on compositing and retouching first, and then speed and stability for the apps. Those are the priorities, and they've really accomplished that. Now, they said they're committed to rolling out more and more new features over time, but the lack of any filters other than the Gaussian blur is really where they could have stepped it up, and a whole lot more in this release. I mean, just the blur is pretty weak. Now, it's a whole different way of thinking, but I really like it, the way you navigate it. It is going to take some time to kind of pick up and feel natural, but I think I'll be absolutely using it on the go as it evolves. But right now, you still have to say Affinity Photo, still the more robust app that can literally do everything you need it to. Now, Apple TV Plus service, it has launched this week, and I'm really curious how you all feel about it, right? The shows, are they good enough for you? I think they're good. Nothing here really stands out as great, like must-see Apple TV, but the shows are good. And I'm going to be real here. If I wasn't getting it for free, I just wouldn't pay $4.99 for it right now as it stands. It's just really hard to get that hit show that everyone has to see. They haven't found it yet. Now, The Morning Show and For All Mankind, those are my two favorites right now. Although the unpredictable and quirky Dickinson show probably stands out the most if that's your cup of tea. It's just out there, but it's fun. Jason Momoa's C, it had a lot of potential, probably the most, but unfortunately, it's the show that I like the least out of the big four. I fell asleep during the first episode. Like, I had to rewatch where I knocked out, and honestly, like, how do they really get around without stumbling or even tripping once they're in that terrain? Like, they can't see. I'm tripping by myself walking on the regular. Now, contrary to early articles, Apple TV Plus has plenty of cussing, some mature themes, but no nudity. But in that show, C, let's just say it's good to be the queen. And I'll leave it at that. And also, though, I have to give Apple TV Plus props. The Dolby Atmos sound is done really well, especially with C, right? It takes place outdoors, so you can hear where they specifically place sounds around you. I thought that was a highlight for me. Plus, Flat Panels HD reports that Apple TV Plus has the highest streaming quality of 4K out of all the streaming services that are out on the market today. So, you know what? To that, I say that's good, Apple. I decided to be nice there. Now, iOS 13.3's developer beta has released for developers, including iPad OS 13.3, tvOS 13.3, and watchOS 6.1.1. The 13.2 app reloading and RAM management issues seem to be resolved now, but if you have the new Beats Solo Pro headphones, don't install the beta because it's a beta, but also the headphones can't be identified by the OS since its ID is not in the build, so it basically makes it unrecognizable. There you go. It's a tip. All right, thanks again to Ting, the smarter choice for affordable cell phone service. You pay a fair price for the talk, text, and data you actually use each month. If you use less, you pay less. It's that simple. Ting offers nationwide LTE coverage on 2 networks, so the phone you already own will likely work with Ting. All you need is a SIM card. See how much you can save and get $25 off your phone bill at brian.ting.com. No, it's not Tong, but brian.ting.com for a $25 credit with Ting Mobile. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this week. If you like this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. Plus, check out the weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast where we just dive into all the latest stories, including ones that you won't find here. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Take care and be safe. Peace.